Good morning, children. Saira. Today we will do English, that is New Voices, poem Dear Mr. Examiner, written by Gareth Owen. Yes, children, look at this picture so you know that the speaker or one of the student who read the questions carefully but he didn't know the answers. So he wrote the name, date, month, day, and he thought of writing letter to examiner in the form of conversation. Right? We have done till here. And what else, children? He wrote what to the examiner, what is happening in the classroom and outside. And he's also mentioning one of his classmate, that is Mandy, has written 10 pages. Probably all were guff, nonsense. And Angela Smith is copying of a cuff. And this is, you can see here, this is the scene of an examination hall. Even this is the scene of examination hall. The teacher is here, supervisor, and see the children. What are they doing? Trying to look behind. See this. So, this is the scene of a examination hall. Let's read the poem. Poem 11. Dear Mr. Examiner, thank you so much for your questions. I've read them all carefully through, but there isn't a single one of them that I know the answer to. I've written my name as instructed, put the year, the month and the day. But after I'd finished doing that, I had nothing further to say. So I thought I'd write you a letter fairly informally about what's going on in the classroom and what it's like to be me. Mandy has written 10 pages, but it's probably frightful guff, and Angela Smith is copying the answers of her cuff. Miss Quinlan is marking her homework. The clock keeps ticking away. For anyone not in the classroom, it's just another day. Mothers buying groceries, grandmothers drinking tea, unemployed men doing crosswords or watching Crowing Court on TV. The drizzle has finally stopped there. The sun's just started to shine, and in a back garden in Sefton Road, a housewife hangs shirts on the line. A class chatters by to play tennis. The cathedral clock has just pealed. A motor chugs steadily back and forth, mowing the hockey field. Miss Quinlan's just seen what I have written. Her face is an absolute mask. Before she collects in the papers, I have one little favor to ask. I thought your questions were lovely. There's only myself to blame. But couldn't you give me something for writing the date and my name? So the student is writing everything in the letter, which is in the form of conversation. What is happening in the classroom, what is happening outside, and what the mother might be doing, grandmother and jobless men, and what they were doing, unemployed men, either they were solving crosswords or watching Crowing Court on TV. And even the atmosphere, the weather, the rain has, that is drizzle, light rain or soft rain has stopped, the sun has shined, and the lady, that is housewife, is hanging clothes, or the laundry, that is shirts on line. Even that ticking of the clock, everything is mentioning. So we can say, children, that the observation of this child is good. And then what he's saying, Miss Quinlan, who saw her paper, when she saw nothing the child has written, so her maybe face became pale, that is an absolute mask, pale. And so he is requesting the teacher, before she collects the paper, at least grant him or give him some marks for writing what, children? For date and name. And he is blaming himself that his performance was not up to the mark, or he has not prepared well, but the questions were lovely. Answer these questions. First one is, what is Miss Quinlan doing? Yes, children, what is Miss Quinlan doing? Miss Quinlan is marking their homework. Check the answer. Miss Quinlan is marking their homework. And children, this comprehension and all you have to write in your book. And it will be a practice for you and it will improve your handwriting, even your speed of writing. Next question is, describe the scene outside the classroom. So how is the scene outside the classroom? So you can say outside the classroom, the rain has stopped. Sun has shined. Even a class noisily was moving by making the noise. And the cathedral clock rings, ticking of the clock. Everything the child is mentioning. Let's check the answer. The sun has come up after some rain. A class passes by noisily to play tennis. A cathedral clock rings and the lawnmower can be heard working on the hockey field. Next question is, how does Miss Quinlan react to what the student has written? Yes, children, how the Miss Quinlan react? She was frozen in shock that how the child has not written anything. So even we children, sometimes we come across such situation, then we also feel surprised or shocked depending like the situation. So same reaction is of the Miss Quinlan. Answer is, Miss Quinlan's face looks frozen in shock. Next is, how does the student end the letter? How does the student end the letter? The student is requesting marks, a teacher to grant marks for writing name and date. So answer is, the student ends the letter with a request to be granted some marks for writing the date and his name. Next is, give a pair of rhyming words from the last stanza. So stanza, you know, the paragraphs of the poem, we call them stanzas. So from the last stanza, we have to write a pair of rhyming words. So this is a last stanza, children. I thought your questions were lovely. There's only myself to blame. But couldn't you give me something for writing the date and my name? So which is a pair of rhyming words, children? The rhyming words, you know, whose ending sound is same, similar ending sound. So blame and name. These are the pair of rhyming words from the last stanza. Rhyming word is blame, game. Now activity, poetry appreciation. In that poetry appreciation, we will do rhyme scheme. What is poetry appreciation? Appreciation means actually that is a recognition or approval of some good qualities or something which you find good, nice and all. So poetry, everybody likes to read poetry. People, they write the poem. The reason is, compared to prose lessons, people write, everybody likes poetry because of the arrangement of the rhyming words in the poem. Even there's a rhythm and they convey the message or the meaning, or sometimes they advises the poem. And arrangement of the lines is not according to the prose. It should be grammatically correct and all. No, here the arrangement of the lines depend on the rhyming words also. Now a rhyming scheme. For that, we have to first see the last word of the line. Thank you so much for your questions. The last word is questions. And for that, you will use a small a. I have read them all carefully through. Now through is the last word. Is through rhyming with questions? No. Is the ending sound same? No. So we will write small b. But there isn't a single one of them. Now here the last or the word of the line is them. Is it rhyming with the other words? Questions are through? No. So what you will write? C. That I know the answer to. Now here the last word is to. Is to rhyming with which word? Questions? Through them. It is rhyming with through. So for through, which letter we have used? B. So you will write here B. So we can say the rhyming scheme or the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B. And usually the same pattern is followed for the other stanzas also. Same rhyming scheme, most probably you find the same. Now this is the Second stanza. I have written my name as instructed. Put the year, the month and the day. But after I had finished doing that, I had nothing further to say. So we will write the rhyming scheme, and it will be the rhyme scheme will be the same. Let's do it. I have written my name as instructed. So the last word is of the line instructed. So what we will use? A. And put the year, the month and the day. So the here the word is day. What we will use? Is it rhyming with the previous one instructed? No. So we will write small b. But after I finish doing that, is it rhyming the previous words instructed or day? No. So which letter we will use? C. I had nothing further to say. Now here it is say. Say is rhyming with which word? Instructed, day, that. So it is rhyming with day. It is rhyming with day. So which letter we have used for day? B. So same letter B. So rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B. Now this is the next stanza. Mandy has written 10 pages but is probably frightful guff. And Angelia Smith is copying the answers of her cuff. So same way we will do. Mandy has written 10 pages. The end word of the line or the last word is pages. So what we will write for that? A, small a. There is no need to underline that word. Just you write a small a. But it's probably frightful guff. Is it rhyming with pages? No. So what we will write here? B. And Angelia Smith is copying. So for that, is it rhyming with the previous words? Guff, pages? No. So which letter? C. The answers of a cuff. Cuff is rhyming with guff. And for guff, which letter we have used? B. So rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B. Now this is the last stanza. I thought your questions were lovely. There's only myself to blame. But couldn't you give me something for writing the date and my name? So children, now you know how to find the rhyme scheme. I thought your questions were lovely. So which is the last word of the line lovely? We will write A. There's only myself to blame. Is blame rhyming with lovely? No. So we will write another letter, that is B. But couldn't you give me something? Is something rhyming with blame or lovely? No. So C. For writing the date and my name. Name is rhyming with which word? Blame. So which letter we will use? B. Which letter we have used for blame? B. So for name also B. So rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B. So understood children? And in the exam or something when this asked, usually the rhyme scheme is asked of the given stanza. But you will find it is same throughout in for all the stanzas. So what is the rhyme scheme of the poem? The rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, C, B. Now here is one activity we will do. That is, in the expression, the clock keeps ticking. Tick-ing actually imitates the sound made by the hands of a clock. The use of words like these, which create the sound made by the thing or action they are related to, is called onomatopoeia. So, this is the expression we saw, that the clock keeps ticking away. So ticking is a sound made by the hands of the clock. When the hands of the clock move, the sound made by them. That is tick. Tick is a sound made by them. And ing is added to. So tick is a sound. That is, it imitates the sound made by the clock. So like that, when we use the words which create the sound or made by the thing or action, they are called to or is called onomatopoeia. That is, you can also say that the lion roared. So roar is the sound made by the lion. So even the sound made by the animals or the monkeys, they chatter. Or pitter patter, sound made by the raindrops. Or we say trin trin, the sound made by the bell or the ringing of the bell. So these are the sounds and all which is called onomatopoeia. Now Fill in the blanks with the correct onomatopoeic words from the box. Which words are given? Boom, quack, hiss, splash, fizz, splat. So the words are boom. Boom is a loud sound, we can say, made by the cannon and all. Quack is a sound made by duck. Hiss is a sound made by snake. Splash is when the water falls or drops. Fizz is a liquid, that is the gas and all coming out of liquid or the gas coming out. And splat is a sound made by some wet object or the wet hitting on a hard object or hard surface. First is Jatin made a big dash when he jumped into the swimming pool. So which is the word, children? Now Jatin made a big dash when he jumped into the swimming pool. So sound made by the liquid when it is falling down and all. So it is splash. Answer is splash. Jatin made a big splash when he jumped into the swimming pool. Next one is the duck will dash if it is hungry. The duck will, yes children, sound made by the duck is quack. The duck will quack if it is hungry. Next one. I lay in bed and listen to the thunder dash. So which is the word, children? Answer is boom. I lay in bed and listen to the thunder boom. So third one answer is boom. And now the next one is suddenly she heard the dash of a snake. So sound made by the snake is, yes children, it is hiss. That is, suddenly she heard the hiss of a snake. Next one. My ice cream cone went dash onto the sidewalk. My ice cream cone went dash, children. Now which word will come? It is splat. Answer is splat. And the next one is careful or your soda will dash over your mug. So which word is the answer now? Soda. That is gas coming out of that. Or the bubbles are not made. The sound of the bubbles and all. So it is careful or your soda will fizz. Answer is fizz over your mug. So children, we have read one nice interesting poem about a student who has not prepared well and writing letter to examiner. But we can say that the child has good powers of observation. His observation is good. He is knowing everything what is happening in the classroom, outside and all. And also he is smart enough that he is not blaming the teacher, he is blaming himself and is requesting the teacher to give some marks. And his writing skills might be good, or that is writing the letter in the form of conversation. So here we have completed the poem, Dear Mr. Examiner. Thank you children. Sai Ram.